Hello and welcome back to another video. In this week's video, I wanted to show you guys how I manage stress. I have spent a lot of my life feeling overwhelmed. I have clinically diagnosed anxiety. I have a lot of things that I've gone through in my life that have taught me to manage my stress in a way that feels productive and useful to my everyday life. And I wanted to share it with you guys because I think that stress management is something that's really important for all of us. And maybe not everything that I talk about in this video is something that will work for you or something that resonates with you, but I hope that you find something in this video useful. So I'm going to take you through some time in my day today and show you things that really help me. And then at the end of the video, I will sit down and talk about things that maybe I didn't have time to show. I wake up pretty early in the morning, usually 5 or 5:30. And so I like to have a little bit of structure to start my day, which is where my first tip comes in. When I get up in the morning, I like to have structure. I like to read something. I like to journal. I really like to brain dump. I'm reading The Artist's Way, and one of the really big things is morning pages. And for some reason, like getting all my thoughts out of my head first thing in the morning is such a calming mechanism for me. And I know a lot of people say that they don't like journaling, but I'm always like, try to journal for more than one page if you have the time. And I know I don't always have the time because I'm in school. Right now I'm in finals still. Depending on when this video goes up, I might not be in finals, but I know that it's not always easy to make the time for it, but if you can on the weekends, today is Sunday, I had time to do a full journal entry and it really just helped me to feel calm, helped me to feel like I can go about my day with a clear mind and a clear heart, and I'm just really excited for the rest of this day. But even a little bit of structure is really good to help you to feel calm and to feel ready to go about your day with presence and with kindness and with gentleness to yourself. So that's my first tip, is to just have a little bit of structure, maybe do some kind of brain dumping, read something, journal if you can, and I hope that works for you. But we're gonna take a shower because this is kind of a random tip, but I always clean my face in the morning. I always take a shower in the morning. It just helps me feel like I'm starting the day completely fresh. So we're gonna go get ready for the day and then go on a nice little walk. So I just finished getting ready. I'm showered, I'm clean. Something I like to do when I'm putting my makeup on is to do like little affirmations, and not like I am a goddess, I am beautiful type of affirmations. I do love those, but those aren't what I do. I usually do like, I can handle today. Anything today throws at me, I can handle. Anything that comes my way, I can take care of. My anxiety will not decide what I do today. And that one's kind of a big one, but I like to start my day by talking to myself kindly and making sure that I'm like, I know that things are stressful right now, but they're going to be okay. Like, you're gonna figure it out. Just start your day, do your routines, do the things you know you need to do, and then it will be easier to move through the rest of the day. But I feel really cute right now. I've got this cute top on, and I wanna go on a little walk. It's pretty cloudy outside, so I'm just gonna go now. I was gonna wait, but it looks like it's gonna be cloudy all day, so I just wanna get some steps in, my breakfast, and just make sure that I mean, usually I like to do this because I like to get sunlight in my eyes, but it's just been so cloudy, and I know like April showers bring me flowers. I hope this video still comes out in April, but I know that it's just like frustrating because I don't like when I don't get sun. I always feel like it affects my mood, so it is what it is. But we're gonna go get some steps in. I'm gonna put some music on and just try to enjoy this beautiful morning. It's really important for me to start my mornings with a very healthy, nutritious breakfast, and one that just makes me feel good. I notice that when I eat really well in the morning, it helps me to make sure that my cravings aren't distracting me throughout the day and stressing me out. I have really intense cravings when it comes to sweets and certain foods. So one of the really big steps that helps me to avoid that is making sure that I'm eating well first thing in the morning, and then it helps me to eat well throughout the rest of my day. Along these lines, I also take my vitamins every morning, and lately my favorite has been these Gem Daily Bites. Also, thank you Gem for sponsoring this week's video and for supporting my channel. So these are whole food nutritious bites packed with over 20 vitamins, minerals, prebiotics, probiotics, and a ton of superfoods like zinc, turmeric, mushrooms with vitamin D3, and so much more. Vitamin D is a really big one for me because it may help support mood, and especially since it's been so dark lately and cloudy this month, I've really been trying to prioritize taking all my vitamins, but especially vitamin D. I've also just really fallen in love with these bites because they're so convenient and they always make me feel really good. I've tried a ton of different things when it comes to vitamins, especially because I'm plant-based, so it's important for me to make sure that the vitamins I get are ones that actually absorb into my body. So these have been a lifesaver for me and I love them so much. And right now Gem is offering a special deal off your first month, so if you want to try these as well, you can go to dailygem.com/Becca to try it yourself and use code Becca at checkout, and I hope that you love them just as much as I do. I just have really been enjoying making sure that I eat in a way that makes me feel really good. It makes me feel strong. Taking vitamins is a huge part of that for me as well. Being by the ocean always makes me feel really small in a good way, and it's something that I really like to do when I have the time, is to go by the beach, to go into the trees, and to just go into nature and realize how small I am. For some reason, it always makes me feel really calm, and I'm like, nothing that's going on in my life right now is more important than just being alive. So getting out in nature and making sure that I spend time amongst the vastness of the world that we live in is something that I love to do for stress management, and I hope that that's something that we all have access to in our lives. So for the last portion of this week's video, I just want to share quickly 5 things that I do that help me manage my stress. And these are things that I do normally, but I just didn't have time to film, or they just weren't in the video for today. So number 1 is weekly planning. I plan my week every single Sunday, and this helps me a lot with day-to-day stress because I already know what to expect. And even if the day doesn't go exactly like how I had planned, it still really helps me to make sure that I have an idea and that I'm not kind of just guessing on what I have to do for the day. I kind of have everything planned based on work, school, and then health and fitness is its own category. And I just plan it so I know today I have a work meeting, I also have class, and then I have a run in the morning and whatever I need to do in the afternoon. I plan my meals as well, and it just helps me to make sure that each day I don't feel the stress of like kind of the unknown. Like, I don't like to go into a day not knowing what I have coming up. So that's a really big one for me. The next one is to meditate before I go to bed. Because my days are really busy, I notice that if I'm not meditating or doing something to decompress my mind before I go to sleep, I will have trouble sleeping. And since sleep is so important when it comes to stress management, I really try to prioritize getting good sleep. So meditating before I go to bed is probably my favorite thing that I do. I'll put on screen which meditation that I do because it's free on YouTube, and I just love it so much. I've actually been trying to find other meditations to do. Some of them I like, some of them I don't, but this one has been one that I really love, and every time I do it, I fall asleep. I feel really good, I feel calm, and my mind feels clear. The third one is taking breaks and actually listening to my body. I think a lot of times when you're prone to being stressed like I am, you almost don't realize that you're stressed until it's too late. Like, you don't realize that you're as stressed as you are until you're like beyond the point of it being something manageable. So something that I've had to do, I've basically forced myself to do, is to pay attention to my mind, to my body, and signs that are telling me that I'm getting stressed. And for me, I notice it's like when I'm getting a little bit more scatterbrained, like I'm kind of getting irritated for what feels like no reason, when my anxiety starts to get higher for seemingly no reason, I know that there's something going on with my stress that I need to focus on. And I think that sometimes it's hard because it's different for each individual person. We all have different experiences and different backgrounds, but you have to learn to pay attention to what is causing your stress and what triggers your stress so that it doesn't get to a point where you're just like completely filled with stress and then you get overwhelmed and you're like going crazy. So pay attention to your body, pay attention to your mind, take the time to be gentle with yourself and learn the things that kind of make you tick so that you can take action before the stress completely overwhelms you. Number 4 is probably my favorite tip, and it's probably the most important to me because I'm an artist, and it's to make things or do things that require your entire focus. For me, that's making art. And I know it's really hard to prioritize giving yourself time to like sit down and do something when you have like a family to take care of or you have a lot going on, but taking like an hour a couple times a week, if you can, maybe 30 minutes. Honestly, I don't even think I have an hour like this entire week to do anything, but 30 minutes I can probably manage 2 times this week to go to the ceramic studio and make a piece of art. And the nice thing about it is when you decide to do something that like takes your entire focus, you're only focused on that. And that's kind of the important thing about being present in life, because when you're trying to be present and you're trying to be there, you're not thinking about whatever else you have going on. You're not thinking about the things that stress you out. You're not thinking about the things that irritate you. And it's such a gift to be able to do that. It's also a privilege to be able to do that not all of us have. I surely don't have that all the time, but when I can, it's such a huge and important part of my life. And I know that I'm an art student, so I do make art a lot, but when I'm talking about this, I mean making art that has nothing to do with school, making art that has nothing to do with an outcome, making art that has nothing to do with like getting paid for making art. I'm saying making art for the sake of making art, or making something or doing something for the sake of doing that thing, and putting your entire focus into it, because it really helps you to stay focused on that one task and not to just be so open to everything that's coming in and everything that's happening around you. It puts your focus solely on that one thing, and it's really, really nice to help manage stress, because it's just something that separates you from everything else, and it shows you like, in this moment, I am free to do this one thing. In this moment, I'm free to just focus on this one thing, and that's all I need to do. So that's a really big one for me. I'm very passionate about having time to prioritize something that you love. And I know, again, it's not easy for all of us. Life is really busy and life can be hard sometimes, but I think that it's really good to prioritize that and just focus on that. The last thing that I do to help me manage my stress, and this one is a little bit different and it might not work for everybody, but sometimes I just tell myself like, it's okay. Like, if I'm really stressed, I'm just like, hey, it is okay. You're okay right now. It's fine. Everything is fine. In this moment, you're not driving to New York to go to a meeting. In this moment, you're not going to class. In this moment, you're not studying for an exam, and you don't need to right now. In this moment, you just need to make your breakfast and just do that thing. It's okay to just do that one thing. I think for me, I'm always afraid that if I don't focus on everything that I have to do, I'm going to forget all of it. And then I'm going to like, my life is going to be ruined because I don't have a great memory. But that's the reason that weekly planning comes in and is really important. So sometimes you just kind of have to let go and relinquish control over things that just aren't a priority in the moment. And again, this kind of ties into the last one too, like of doing something that requires your whole focus. But that's why I think that there are methods and things that you can do to help prioritize stress management. And not all of them are going to be like going to talk to a therapist or whatever it is. Like some of them are things that you can implement daily into your life, and that will help you so much to feel better and to feel calmer and to just feel like each day you have a moment to de-stress, and it's like, this is my moment. So sometimes just tell yourself, it's okay. I'm okay. Right now, I'm just on a walk. I don't need to be thinking about these things. I'm just doing this. Focus on whatever task it is that you have at hand, and then that's all you have to focus on. But yeah, I really like that one. I tell myself it's okay like a couple times a day, because I get really stressed and I do get really overwhelmed and I have anxiety. So I have to like kind of self-soothe and talk myself down and be like, hey, like you are okay. Like I like coddle myself like a baby sometimes because I need it. And I feel like a lot of times people don't want to do that because they think it's weird, but you have to take care of yourself in ways that are actually important and useful and that will last a really long time. So trying weird things sometimes work, and that's okay. But that was it for this week's video. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate the support. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm hoping to grow this channel over the summer since I'll have more time to film. Right now I only have 2 weeks left of class. I don't know when this video is going to go up, but I would really love to grow this channel. Well, I don't want this channel to be huge. I want it to be for the people that need it and the people that want to see these things. I want this channel to be our own little space, you know what I mean? So I hope you found these tools useful, and I hope there's things that you implement into your life and that you end up really, really loving them. But I also want to know things that work for you guys, because I always find that when other people tell me things that they do to manage their stress, sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, like, why didn't I start doing this sooner? So leave a comment of something that really helps you to manage your stress, and I'm going to try some of them out and see which ones I like the best. But again, thank you so much for joining me on this week's video. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you've made it this far. I love you. Okay. And we will talk again next week. Bye.